What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first edition of the Quarantine Chef. I'm your host and the chef, Jerry Saunders, aka Quarantine Chef. Hashtag Quarantine Chef Chronicles. You saw the lightsaber here, so hopefully at home you got a sword, a lightsaber, or something else, because tonight we're cooking swordfish. So before we get started, let me tell you about a couple of things. The first thing we're gonna do is prepare your side dishes because they tend to take a little bit longer to cook. If you look here, we're preparing some zucchini. Now, this is nothing more than 3 zucchini squash I got from the grocery store, sliced. And you can do however you wanna do. The best thing about cooking is that you can make it your own and do it however you wanna do it. First thing we're gonna do is add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt. So you're gonna grind this up and get a nice even coat on your zucchini. Next thing we're gonna add is some crushed black pepper. What goes good with salt? Pepper. No pun intended, but push it. Adding your pepper here. You get another nice even coat on your zucchini. Now, I grew up in a pepper household, so we use a whole lot of pepper. So I'm gonna get a little bit carried away with this, but you can use however much salt and pepper you wanna use at home. It's all up to you. You're in charge when it comes to the cooking. And then just add a little more flavor and kick, garlic powder. It just makes everything taste better. So I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder to the zucchini here, just to add a little bit of extra flavor. And again, you wanna get a nice even coat of all of these. Now, some people might ask, why don't you season the other side? Well, I also wanna get some vegetable flavor in this too. Otherwise, it's gonna taste like salt, pepper, and garlic powder. So one side is probably good enough, but if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and season both sides of your zucchini. And then the last thing I add, olive oil. Why, you ask? I put it on top. It prevents your veggies, anything you want to oven roast, it prevents your veggies from drying out. So I'm just gonna add, a dash of olive oil, just to coat the zucchini. Just a little bit, that's all you need. You don't want to overdo it. Otherwise, your zucchini or any kind of vegetable you roast is going to come out soggy. So just a stripe, just a tad bit on each zucchini piece, just to make sure that it doesn't dry out while you're putting it in the oven. There you go, olive oil. It's good stuff. So follow me over here. I'm gonna put these bad boys in the oven. And here we go. So that's step one. Gotta get your side pieces done before you get your main piece done. And I don't mean side piece, I mean get your sides done before you get your protein done. You know what I mean. Let's move on. Anyway, step 2. We got wonderful swordfish here. And we're gonna get to those, but first we gotta make the glaze. Check me out. So over here you'll notice we have 1/2 stick of salted butter, partially melted. I wanted it to get to somewhere around room temperature or a little bit melted, just because I'm gonna mash some fresh herbs and seasoning into the butter. It's gonna be bomb. Here we go. So if you look here, I got about 1/2 teaspoon of grated lemon peel. I'm just gonna add that right in. I got about a half a teaspoon of ground mixed peppercorns. It's gonna be bomb. Add that right in on the butter. And then if you look over here at my cutting board, you notice I got a few things on here. One is some freshly chopped or minced garlic, if you're into that. It calls for about 1 clove of garlic, but I like garlic, so I added about 5 cloves. I'm crazy like that. We also have some dill. Now, this is not in the original recipe, but pro tip, dill makes everything taste a little bit better. And then I got some freshly chopped parsley. All this goes into the butter mix. Follow me. Here's the garlic. Going in. Here's your parsley. Going in. And last but not least, a little bit of dill. I kind of cut up too much, so I'm only going to use part of this. Try this at home. Again, cooking is your own thing. Make it how you want. Another pro tip I got was to add a little bit of white wine just for flavoring. Now, for all you wine enthusiasts, get your favorite wine, whatever you want to do, from your local grocery store or alcohol store. I decided to get something called the Snitch. I don't know. All images have been removed to protect the innocent, but feel free to snitch and tell all your friends about this YouTube channel and this wonderful recipe we're cooking. Here we go. So I'm going to remove the cork here. Got to put this down, need 2 hands. And technically you can add about a tablespoon or 2 of wine. I'm just going to eyeball it. Here's some dashes. Just put it in there. Trust me. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is take your butter mix here and we're gonna mash it up. You wanna get this all mixed together because you're gonna end up heating it up on the stove and then glazing it over your swordfish steaks. And it's gonna be good. Trust me. So you just want to give it a few good turns. You want to get everything mixed in evenly. You don't want any clumps of herbs or seasonings, you know, on one side of your bowl. You really want to just get this mixed up. It's going to make it perfect. Check me out here. Check my work. Look good? Wait till you see the finished product. All right, the next thing you're gonna do is season your swordfish steaks. Seasoning is essential to any steak. Some people say they don't like the season because they want the natural flavor. Again, I grew up in a seasoning household. We season everything. So as per the recipe I'm going by right now, this is what we're gonna do. Swordfish steaks, say hello. They don't actually talk, they're swordfish steaks. I know, crazy, right? So we got your steaks here. We're going to take some ground mixed peppercorn. And we're gonna just do a nice even coat on your steaks. Again, I like a lot of pepper. Some people don't. Make it the way you want to make it. More pepper for steak number 2. All right, so we put enough pepper on there. We're gonna follow up with some pink Himalayan salt. Get a nice little coat. Now, I'm not big on salt, so, you know, for those who are, add as much as you want. I'm just doing a little bit. And then another pro tip, finishing touch I'm gonna do is Papa Steve's Original Greek Seasoning. Shout out to my boy Daniel Bowman and his wife Kelly. They put me on this and even gave me a free sample. I appreciate y'all. So this is totally off the cuff. It's gonna be a little touch. I'm gonna add some on top of my swordfish steaks here. And now we're seasoned. Some people are like, hey chef, why don't you season the other side? Well, I already did. Saving time. Work smarter, not harder. You got me? Let's move to the stove here. All right, here we are at the stove. This is where the magic happens. Notice I have a pan already here with olive oil in it. I already got it piping hot. You really want a hot pan because you want to get a good sear on your swordfish. Got my steaks here. Let's do it. Steak number 1 going in. You hear that sizzle? Steak number 2 is going in. The sizzle is the sound of love. When you hear sizzling, you know your food's gonna come out good. Now, the way I do this is you sear one side for 3 minutes. And again, you only wanna do about 3 minutes. Steaks like swordfish, tuna, mahi-mahi, they have a high tendency to be overcooked. So you really wanna limit how long you cook your steak. I just dropped this in. So in about 3 minutes, we're gonna get it cracking. Check it out, folks. It's been 3 minutes. Time to flip over your swordfish. We're gonna give it a little flip here for one steak. Oh, look at that nice sear. And we'll give another flip here for steak number 2. Nice browning on the outside. Now, right now, we're gonna go ahead and put this right into the oven. Right underneath that zucchini. Now, a couple of things. Note number 1, I put the pan right into the oven. That's a cast iron skillet. Please get you a cast iron skillet if you don't have one. Why, you ask? 1, they're oven friendly. 2, they're good for just great down-home cooking. So leave right now, go to the store, get you a cast iron skillet if you don't have one. I mean that. So right now, our steaks, swordfish steaks are in the oven, along with our zucchini. It's gonna be great. I'll check back in with you. It takes about 10 minutes to roast on 400 degrees in the oven. I already preheated the oven to 400 degrees just to save some time. Again, work smarter, not harder. I'll get back with you. We're gonna fast forward when everything's done. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Look at these bad boys. Don't they look good? I agree with you. So we're gonna go ahead and plate these. Set them down here. Get your spatula. Put one of these bad boys on a plate. That's looking amazing, won't you agree? I agree with myself. All right. Get your other one off. Just save that, put that to the side. And then we're gonna take our pan and put it back on the stove. Why, you ask? Because we're gonna use all these drippings with this glaze mix and make something real tasty to put on top of your swordfish. Follow me, please. So we got your pan back on the oven. It's set on medium heat. You can use medium to medium high, whatever you want. We're gonna leave our oven mitt off to the side because this handle is hot. It just came out of the oven. And the next thing we're gonna do is grab our glaze mixture. Ta-da! Pay attention. So we're gonna take our glaze mixture and put it right into the pan. Hear the sizzle. I'm gonna take a minute to scrape this up. Pardon me, please. We got our glaze mixture here in the pan. You wanna stir it. You wanna scrape up all the scrapings from those swordfish. That's additional flavor in this pan. You're gonna mix this up. See how it's bubbling and sizzling? That's called getting good. It's gonna be real good. You're gonna take this and keep it stirring because while you want it to be sizzling and bubbling, you don't want it to burn. Keep on stirring. It's just about ready. Is it looking good? Because it sure is smelling good. I wish y'all were standing right here with me. You would be in love right now. I know I am. OMG. Check this out. Swordfish getting drizzled. Don't that look good? I agree with you. Be right back. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Oven roasted zucchini. Looking good, right? Yeah, I agree with you. Follow me. So we're almost done with this meal. We got an oven roasted zucchini. We got our freshly plated swordfish steaks. You're probably asking, what's missing? Well, for some folks who are low carb or no carb or whatever you want to do, this might be the end of the meal. You just put you some zucchini on your plate and now you got swordfish steak and zucchini. Well, as for me, I like carbs. Most of y'all probably know that. Check me out here. You probably saw this on the stove and you said, what's in this pot? Well, it's rice. Not just any rice, you say, but really good rice. Now, there's all kinds of varieties of rice. If you want rice as an accompaniment for this meal, do your thing. Whatever you want to do. My preference, Zatarain's Caribbean rice. Why? Because there's pineapples in it, and it's very sweet, it's very tasty. Find this at your local grocery store, get it today. I just wanted something sweet to accompany the tart flavors of dill and parsley and things like that that's going to be on top of the swordfish steak. Let's check it out. And there you have it, folks. We've completed our first meal. We got swordfish steaks, we got some Caribbean rice, and we got some oven roasted zucchini. You're probably asking, why swordfish, chef? Well, why not? I like trying new stuff. But in all honesty, swordfish is a great source of lean protein, and it's overall considered very healthy and full of essential substances that are good for your overall health. And it's quite tasty. So take my word for it. Do your body right. And do your taste buds right. Make you some swordfish, some zucchini, and get you a little bit of rice on the side. You can't go wrong. Well, I don't know about y'all. I'm about to go eat. It's the Quarantine Chef signing off. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for next week's edition of the Quarantine Chef Chronicles. Good night.